Welcome back to consecutive day 1129 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is winning and losing with class. So remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can get involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1129 of a diary of a runpreneur, and the topic today on this very rainy afternoon is winning and losing with class. Now, the reason for the topic is at the weekend just past, I went to a charity fundraiser, which was a boxing match between two fairly well-known kind of influencers within the property space. Well, very well known in the property space. I'm not really going to name names, but I will. One of them was my mentor, Rob Moore. I'm not going to mention the other guy because I don't want to get involved with back and forth in terms of some kind of criticism, because that's not what my vlog is about. I try and stay. I can be opinionated, but I'm not in the game of slander or kind of criticising people publicly. Now, what I will say is Rob Moore is a mentor of mine. He's helped me through my property journey. I owe quite a lot to Rob Moore in terms of my property success, failures, helping me overcome them, all those types of things. He's always at the end of a phone to help me because he is definitely one or two or maybe more levels up from where I am. And he's moved kind of out of the property space a little bit now, and he's more kind of involved in entrepreneurship, business, and he's also got a very successful podcast, which is Disruptors. So he focuses on people who disrupt their space or their industry. So he's quite opinionated, and he deals with some very interesting characters over the years. However, he's also done a huge amount of philanthropic work, raised hundreds of thousands, possibly even into seven figures now, for charities, which I'm in awe of, because that's something that I'm aspiring to achieve. And so this was basically developed or evolved from a kind of public spat between two property influencers. Both have very large followings, and it's a slightly different kind of demographic, I would say. However, it got quite messy, and one of them challenged the other one to a boxing match, and then they put money into it as I think it was a £200,000 bet who would win this boxing match. And it ultimately, cut a long story short, they both had a team of boxers or people who were going to step up in kind of white collar boxing, and there was 10 fights on the card, and they sold I think 1,700 tickets and raised close to £250,000 pounds, of which a significant proportion went to charity. So amazing. However, I was always a little bit questioning the damage to their reputations that having a public spat can have. I don't ever like to air my dirty laundry in public. Some people do, others don't. And lo and behold, Rob was significantly lighter in weight than his opponent, and his opponent also had maybe kind of close to 10 years to his younger in terms of age. So the cards were quite heavily weighted against Rob, and he was very confident, mind you, but the fight didn't go his way. I think the other guy trained incredibly well to get himself in the best shape of his life, so that he had the stamina, because the strategy would have been for Rob to tire him out to kind of win that way around, because pound for pound and power, it probably was weighted against him. but it got quite emotional in there. There was a bit of anger in terms of how they were kind of swinging at each other, and Rob ended up losing. And the winner was charity, which is amazing. So first and foremost, hugely impressed that they managed to raise so much money for charitable causes, which is phenomenal. However, despite all the kind of abuse that they were throwing at each other in the build-up and the promotion, and actually during the fight, Rob, in my opinion, he lost with class. Now, I wouldn't say I was super impressed with the kind of trash talking beforehand and stuff, but he was very dignified in defeat. He took it classily. He respectfully congratulated his opponent. Yeah, his opponent who won without class, in my opinion. He was, throughout the fight, he was goading Rob and kind of just being kind of classless in his approach, because in my opinion, I've never been in a boxing match, so I can't quite obviously empathise with what it must feel like to go in there and get punched in the face by somebody else. That probably wouldn't bother me as much. I think what would bother me more was the damage to my pride if I lost in front of 1,700 people, including my nearest and dearest, which I would really, really struggle with. So I had huge respect for anybody who got in that ring. And usually in the boxing world or the fighting world, you know, trash talk is normal, it's all about promotion. But then when you have the fight, the two people kind of leave it all in the ring, and then there is a mutual respect at the end, and you can be classy in victory, and you can also be very classy in defeat, and you kind of settle it in the ring. And I just felt that the class wasn't reciprocated from Rob's side. The guy who won, yes, inevitably he's going to put stuff all over social media, but it was how he was goading his opponent in the ring, and how he's kind of, you know, shouting about now after the victory in kind of a classless fashion. And I would have expected them to be more respectful to one another afterwards, which Rob has been very respectful afterwards, so I might add. So that's it for me today. I mean, the moral to the story today is that, you know, in life there's always winners and losers, but there's no excuse to not have class and be dignified if things don't go your way, and respectful. And I think these are kind of qualities in people which are so important. And I often think that in times when you face adversity, it's how you hold yourself as a person which can really kind of show the world who you really are. And I know I sometimes struggle when I lose at stuff, but it's something that I'm aware of, and I'm consciously trying to improve and be classier in my approach and be the person who I want to be. And yeah, I was very impressed with how Rob handled himself. Wasn't impressed how his opponent handled himself. Even though he was a victor, I think he could have been a lot more classier in his approach. But anyway, that's it from me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. So more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you again tomorrow.